That's what you are right now, okay? Dookie. But it's fine. Let me show you something. See that? That's what we call the 90. 90, you can either do it to the left or the right. And you can do a 180, which is pretty much 2 90s in one. But today we're going to look at the 90. 90 has become the most used and efficient way to climb upwards to your opponent or from your opponent, you know, depending on the situation. Before mastering anything else, honestly, this is what you should get down in 90-degree turns. I'm going to show you a couple secrets about 90s today. Before you start to get into 90s, there's a little mechanic you want to be aware of. Now, you can phase through your ramps if your head to your torso is still within the builds, right? Now this allows you to jump a little bit higher. So you have to be aware of that, because if you build your floor too early, that's what's gonna happen. Then you're gonna lose it, right? So if you put that floor and phase through it, it allows you to go up a little bit higher. Which the floor is giving me a lot of trouble right now, but you know. And then you move forward and you can jump up higher. See how it pushed me up on the ramp versus if I was to just jump up on the ramp? Yeah, see how much hang time I had there? When you go through your floors, it pushes you out. That way you can get a little bit higher up on your ramp. Even if it's by a little bit, but you do it twice, you have a little bit more high ground over your opponent. So you want to be aware of that little phasing trick. Okay, let's get into it. The first step is the approach. So once you decided which way on your ramp you're going, you want to run up about 75% off your ramp. So about here will be good, is where you start to initiate your turn. The reason why I recommend 75% of your ramp is because if you jump anywhere less, you could get stuck under your ramp. And that's just not good. Yeah, that's just not good, right? And if you jump too high, you won't get that phasing boost from the ramp. So 75% is like a nice little sweet spot for you to start your jump and jump out. So that's why I recommend, for me at least, 75% of your ramp, right? Moving forward, now we're going to try and make a turn. Now what's going to bring you through your 90s is your momentum, right? You want to keep your momentum, you want it to be smooth, you want it to be beautiful. Now what's going to keep your momentum is not making a sharp turn here when you're trying to turn. If you realize my character model kind of stopped just a little bit. Now if you make an arch like that, you keep your momentum and it won't slow you down. So you're going to build a wall here and a wall in the direction you're going, right? Now when you're building your floor, you don't jump yet, you want to build your floor here. You want to keep your cursor about 50% below your wall, because if you put it anywhere higher, you're going to build a wall above you, and that could stop you from going higher. Now the only way you want to put a wall here, if there's a madman above you, that's trying to like, because it's a spray meta now. Everybody has SMGs and AR, and all they do is headshot you, especially the controller players. So that's the only reason you want to play off a wall above you. So in order to not have that, you keep your cursor 50% below, then you place your wall. Now once you place your wall, this is where you're going to phase. It's going to push you out, right? And you see what happened? Holding my cursor a little bit too high, so that's why it put above my head. But I was also boosted up a little bit, and I hit my head up on the wall if I wasn't being rude. But yeah, so once you place your floor, you keep your cursor low, you jump, and you want to jump after you put your second wall, because if you jump here, what it's going to do is going to send you flying that way, right? You don't want to do that. So you want to turn first and then you jump, right? Now, as you see, I could do a 90 without the floor, and that's one way of doing it. But the reason why you want the floor is because the floor will give you that boost, and I could potentially land higher up on my ramp, right? So the floor is what's going to boost you up. So this 90 is a 90. It's a little bit less efficient, but if you're really going for high ground, you want that floor below you to boost you up onto your ramp. Now the last thing you want to keep into consideration is the keys you're holding while you're doing your 90s. if you're doing a right 90, you want to be holding either the W key or your W and D key. I prefer to hold a W and D key because I feel like I get a little bit momentum to my right and it keeps me on my ramp, it keeps me from jumping off. But however, if you turn before you jump, your momentum will keep you on your ramp. It will keep you in the direction you want to go. Because if you hold your W and A key, what's going to happen is the momentum is going to carry you into the wall, and you're going to end up falling off, even though you turn before you jump. Right? So you can do it either way. I prefer to do W and D because I just feel like it's more efficient. Just that little momentum that will keep me up on my ramp is going to help a ton. So try to be aware of that. Be aware of the keys you're pushing, and then you can go from there. Now we're going to put it all together. So now that we know all the pieces to the 90, we can start doing our 90s now, right? So we're going to put it all together and see how that goes. So we know that we phase through our ramps, but our torso is through here, and we know that our phases pushes us higher, right? We know that we want to keep our momentum, and we want to turn before we jump while doing this. We also want to put a floor before we do this, and we also want to aim to land as high up on our ramp as possible, right? So we're going to do it really slow. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You see how high I landed up on my ramp without even trying? That is the aim, right? If you do anything less than this, then your 90s need work. If you're sometimes you're hanging or you're bumping into this wall, your 90s need a little bit of work, right? So we're gonna go. My 90s aren't the best, so what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna do a 7-day challenge for like 3 hours a day and see how good I can get my 90s, because I need my 90s to be 100% because I would like to compete. And 90s are a core skill you need to have, especially in this stage in the game. We're in chapter 2 right now, so you know, certain mechanics you need to have down. Very unrelated, but check this out. Tell me what to do.